and gentlemen, and you're welcome once again to Let's Talk Tax. Demola Kewo is my name, and it's always a pleasure to come into your homes like I do every Monday. Thank you for turning on those TVs and tuning to NTA. Well, last week, thank you for joining us, thank you for your feedback, and of course, as I promised, we keep coming every week with new episodes, educative episodes, just to ensure that we learn all we can about tax in Kwara State. And today we're going to be talking about operations and process. I know to most of us it probably doesn't mean a lot, but I imagine that for any successful organization to run, there actually must be some form of process to it. And so we have with us today the director who will be sharing with us exactly how the introduction of IT into the tax system of Kwara State has helped revamp it, or well, has it? We don't know. She'll tell us. So, but then before I introduce my guest, we'll go on a quick break, and when I'm back, you meet my guest. Don't go away.
Good people of Kwara State, our government is working hard to make life better for all of us by providing infrastructures in all sectors: roads, transportation, health, and many more.
Government can and will do more if we all pay our taxes.
Yes, especially the land and property tax.
This will enable government to provide social services.
We have the responsibility to deduct taxes from our employees and remit accordingly.
So if you seek Kwara State Internal Revenue Service people for your area, no run or fight them. Government don't do better before. Them go continue to do better for us.
Payment of taxes is very simple. Make sure you collect a receipt for all payments. For continued progress in Kwara, play your part, pay your tax.
You're welcome back to the studio, and as I said just before we went on the break, we are going to be talking about operations and process today. And to help us do that is the Director, Operation and Process at the Kwara State Internal Revenue Service. I'm talking about Mrs. Adenike Babajamu. You're welcome to the show, ma'am.
Thank you very much. Okay,
now before I go on to pass into the discussion of the day, I'd like to still talk to our audience to thank you for getting in touch last week. For those who watched, we asked a question that we attached the gift to, and those of you who got in touch with us will be announcing the winner at some later point. Those who won have already been contacted and they got something in return. And I'm announcing this now because going forward is going to be something we'll do every week. We're going to be giving something to you, our viewers. It's a way of saying keep watching and we see you, we feel you. Thank you so much. So back to you, ma. Many of us don't know what operations and process is, so please just let us in on that.
The Directorate of Operation and Process basically is the brain directorate behind everything that has to do with IT, automation of all our processes, and of course the infrastructure, both hardware and software.
Okay, but then that wasn't in the tax system of Kwara State before, during the era of the BIR, was it? Okay.
The PPT model is change the people, change the process, change the technology. In changing the process, we're looking at the process of collection of tax.
Okay.
Previously, it was cumbersome. There was a poor accountability.
All right.
And then you could have even revenue officers putting money in their bags, waiting to go to the bank to deposit. But we have that brought about so much leakages in the system. And so in changing the process, we introduced technology.
Okay.
And when we talk about technology, it's making the process of payment easier using IT.
Okay.
That is, instead of going to the bank alone,
all right,
because you can still go to the bank, you can pay in any of the commercial banks in town. We also allow people to make payments on the web. The Quick Teller is also available. We have POS machine devices that you can make payment. So those are the changes that we brought in.
Okay. Because I wonder, I was going to actually ask you to expatiate on what this technology we brought in involves. What does it entail? Because are there short codes to pay taxes? Are there, what exactly is it? Because sometimes we can misunderstand what really the definition of technology is. Sometimes for the layman out there, technology is just a computer. It's just a computer. That's technology. So can you really expound that? What really is the technology we've brought in?
The technology is linking all our activities together.
Right.
Before now, you just go to this office, you make payment, there's no record.
It's all over.
Yeah, but now we have tied up all taxpayers using what we call the CRIN, the Kwara State Resident Identification Number.
Okay.
That is a unique identifier. So whether you go to the MLA to pay for your vehicle license, or you're paying your payee, or you're paying any other kind of tax, we're linked together and we always know it's the same account.
Okay, so that identity.
So we tie, with technology, we're able to tie all the activities of taxpayers together.
Okay. Yeah. Now, well, it's been 2 years now since the operation or the commencement of operation of the KWIRS. How would we really say technology has helped impact on the activities or in revenue generation particularly?
Yeah, let me start first with the issue of data.
Okay.
Because when we came on board, the data were just scattered, and you cannot even say these are the number of taxpayers that we have in the state. So the first thing that technology has done for us is to help us create a robust database, which is growing on a daily basis. We inherited the data of about 11,000. As of today, we have about 230 or 40,000, and it's growing on a daily basis. And then we can tie that data to a face.
Forgive me. When you say we have 230,000 in the base, what exactly does that mean? Are we saying taxpayers?
Taxpayers.
230,000.
Yeah.
Last I checked, Kwara should be about 3 million people.
Yes, and our estimate is going to at least taxpayers about 1 million.
Wow. So it means we still have quite a long way to go in covering up.
Yes, and that's why the tax is growing. The data was absent before. You couldn't really trace who was paying what. Right. And that, of course, led to the leakages. But now, if you know who is paying what, you can even come up with an estimate of what you expect as budget.
Exactly.
Yes, that's the way. So technology has helped us in that way.
Okay, then. So let's talk a little bit then about what your collection processes are like. You know, what are the collection processes for? Is it just your office now, or generally KWIRS?
Collection process vary. The options, the channels also vary.
All right.
We have several channels. Okay. But basically, we discourage the payment of cash.
Okay.
So we always encourage our taxpayers to use our platform and not give. The collection of cash by revenue officer is discouraged. And then the process also depends on the item.
What you're paying for.
What you're paying for.
Okay.
For instance, you're paying for your vehicle renewal, you go to the MLAs.
Okay.
Your payee basically comes with a salary, so there's no problem with that. But in all of those processes, we encourage the taxpayers to pay through our channels.
Right.
I've mentioned the bank. Apart from the bank, we have web payments. So if you are even on your mobile phone, if you have internet access to it, and beyond that,
is there like an app or something?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. You have to log on to QuickTel.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to log on.
Almost
to
like we're doing DSTV subscriptions or something like that.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I'll want to take a quick break now. When we're back, you explain more on what these processes are and how the people of Kwara can get it on it. So we'll be right back after this break. Don't go away.
Wọ́n ti mú ìwé borí wá sà.
Lọ fún accountant kan tètè lọ san ní kíákíá. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi nípínlẹ̀ Kwara. Ìjọba wa gbìyànjú láti máyé dẹrùn fún gbogbo wa. Wọ́n pèsè nǹkan mèremère bí ètò ẹ̀kọ́, ìwòsàn, ọ̀nà tó já gerege àti bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Ìjọba tún ṣe jù bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ tí a bá fọwọ́sowọ́pọ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn nípa ìsanwó orí wa gbogbo.
Pàápàá jùlọ owó orí ilẹ̀ àti dúkìá tó wà lórí ilẹ̀.
Ká gbàgbé ìtajà kí iṣẹ́ rere tíjọba ń ṣe lè máa tẹ̀síwájú.
Tí ẹ bá ti rí àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tó ń ṣètò owó orí ní agbègbè yín, ẹ má ṣe sá tàbí bá wọn jà fún àǹfààní gbogbo wa ni.
Sísanwó orí ti dìrọ̀rùn báyìí fún ìlọsíwájú àti ìdàgbàsókè ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara. Ẹ ṣe ẹ̀tọ́ yín, ẹ sanwó orí yín. Ìpínlẹ̀ Kwara, ire ń bẹ ń bí.
You're welcome back to the studio, and just before we went on break, Mrs. Babajamu was just explaining to us the processes that are available for taxpayers to employ in order to pay their taxes. And so we're just going to go back in and continue from where you left off, man. So please tell us, what other platforms exist for taxpayers to make connection with the KWIRS?
Yes, apart from the platform to make payments, we also have a self-service portal. Okay. You can reach it on self-service.irs/kws.gov.ng.
Okay, we'll just put that on the screen, so if you didn't get it, you can take that right.
That allows you to assess yourself.
Okay.
It also allows you to calculate what your tax will be, and then you can interface directly with us. Apart from that, we have our help desk portal.
All right.
It's important that the public know about this because We've had cases of people having challenges in the bush. They want to make payment and people are harassing them, asking them to pay cash to them or pay into their account. Our help desk portal is always open. We are saying again, as much as possible, taxpayers should ensure that they pay their tax in the right places, using the right channels.
All right.
And where there are cases, they can always reach us via the help desk or on our self-service.
And I think, matter of fact, any true tax collector who is from here wouldn't actually harass taxpayers. So that might be an easy way for people to test and know. I mean, if people are really harassing you, something must be wrong. They probably have ulterior motives to it.
Definitely.
All right then. So let's move on and talk about how, yes, you are here today, Director of Operations and Process. What is in place to ensure that these operations and these processes are sustained over time? What's the posterity plan?
Thank you very much. Posterity plan, it's not just limited to KWRS. We all know that everything in the world now is going e-driven, electronic. So going back to manual would not be an escape. And besides that, we have policies in place that will stand the test of time. Not just for the staff, we also have IT policies that's currently being reviewed by the board. And once that is approved, irrespective of whoever is there, they will continue to run on it and build on whatever we're doing right now.
All right, but then I would wonder too, in terms of this technology, how have the people of Kwara really adapted to it? Do we think people are warming up to it? Is it really helping people? Now I know it's helping the system, it's helping with the database, it's helping with all of that, but are people taking advantage of it? Don't we still have more people wanting to walk in and pay directly than making advantage of, for instance, the self-help portal and things like that?
Yeah, but we do have people who still want to pay cash. But I want to say the awareness that we have now is much better than what we had when we started.
Okay.
And I do know that it's a gradual thing. We'll finally get there. People are already using our platform. We get we get calls on our help desk from time to time.
Okay.
We get payments. Even as I speak to you, the citizenship portal is open, and local government citizenship is gotten on that portal, and we have thousands of people there already. The Muslim Hajj payment is ongoing. We have about 2,400 people registered on that portal. It's also online. The Umrah payment is also online, and then people are there also registering online. So if people are going to Hajj, many of them illiterates can use the portal.
Can still use that. Then it's basically easy for anyone to access.
It's growing and it can only get better.
That's amazing. I mean, I'm impressed because you'd wonder, just as you said, how many people have access to decent technology who now even know how to operate it. But then if the numbers don't lie anyway. So
and the basic thing is the technology is not as difficult. Once you can use your phone,
then you should be able to operate that. I mean, there are prompts all the way.
And also the beauty is that you can walk into a cyber cafe. So even with the technology, we've created job opportunities for people working in the cafe, and it's a huge thing.
Okay, so let's talk about what other areas we think technology could be properly harnessed in the tax process of Kwara State.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting better results in the area of technology, particularly in the informal sector.
Okay.
And as I speak with you, we're working towards getting a USSD code that would not need internet. That would not need internet. Yes.
Internet reliant.
Yes. And then it will work in such a way, like the 737 that GT. So you don't really need to have
a quick code that you could just use.
That you could use to
in
make
payment.
Your payment. All you will need to do is get a code, which would have given to the public, and then they can use it to make payment. That will work strongly for us in the informal sector.
Okay.
So, and I know that with proper advocacy, we'll get them to use it.
Okay.
That's just one of it.
Now, I know this is a supporting directorate, not a tax collecting directorate. And just as you mentioned now, you don't seem to agree with that. Okay, what are you? Maybe I should ask, I shouldn't preempt you. Are we a collecting directorate or a support directorate?
Well, we don't collect in terms of going to the field to collect. But most of our platform resides there.
Okay.
So we have a responsibility to account for the collection and do reports on it as well.
But then, just as I know you've already answered this in part, when you talked about the informal sector, how you are helping the informal sector. Do you also, your technology is available to all the other directorates?
All the other directorates. Let me mention now that our receipt, that is when you make your tax payment, because all of our platforms are integrated, our receipts are automated. And the process of issue receipts resides with HNI, for instance. So when payment is made in the bank or paid online, HNI can log onto the platform and print out your receipt. And even you, as a taxpayer, you can go to our self-service portal and key in your details. You can also generate your own receipt, and it will be there. Yes, directly. And then we also, it can also be confirmed. For instance, the tax clearance certificate now can be confirmed online. If you go to the embassy and they ask you to bring in your TCC,
yes,
they don't need to write a letter to us, for instance, to confirm it. All they need to do is log on to our portal and key in the number of the TCC. It will bring out the details if it is genuine.
All right, that's good. Now, I hope somebody out there isn't watching and wondering, well, this is all talk. How does it concern me? Well, these are simple ways for you to pay your taxes, assess yourself, evaluate yourself, so you don't have to say, oh, they didn't come or they didn't tell me. Now you know. If somebody is harassing you, they're probably not from KWRS. If they give you a bill that you feel is too much, get on the self-help portal and figure it out yourself. It is as